Minister Tan Jee Say has a question for you yesterday. He asked whether you know how much we have in National Reserve.
Well, I am not going to reveal how much we have in the National Reserves. The reserves have been managed very, very carefully, very, very well. It's taken us many years to build it up to the level that we have today. There is one very important point which I want to reiterate, which Mr. Tan Jee Say seems to have either ignored or deliberately ignored. At the last debate in Parliament, the Minister for Finance, Minister Tharman, revealed that GIC and Temasek, the portfolio, has back to the pre-crisis peaks. In other words, there is no loss of national reserves. Similarly, at a local level, the Town Council, the overall performance of the investments of the sinking funds have been positive, and it's a positive to $19 million and a annual rate of return, I believe, of about 2.5% or more. So the point is, they're going around claiming losses on national reserves or losses on town council reserves. These are pure fabrications. And coming from someone like Mr. Tan, I would have expected that he would have done his homework and bothered to check statistics and data which are available in the public domain. So that's the first point. He continues to insist that 60 billion is small change, and I will continue to refute that. It is a big deal. And it is important for us to remember that the reserves are there for a rainy day. The reserves are there to secure the future for our children. The reserves are there when we go through tough periods and we need, for instance, a jobs credit scheme to preserve jobs for Singaporeans. We need an ammunition. If you look at what's happening to many other countries right now, at a time when they most need the firepower, they don't have the reserves. They have to borrow. And what happens when they do that? At some point, when confidence is shaken, you can't restore it overnight. In the case of Singapore, if confidence is ever shaken, that will have an enormous impact, first on our exchange rate, and you all know the chief concern of Singaporeans right now is the cost of living. If the Singapore exchange rate is depreciated because of loss of confidence, because people suspect that our reserves are not being properly managed, or being spent in a profligate manner in the way that the SDP wants it to be, you will in fact make inflation worse and aggravate the situation for Singaporeans. So this is a very, very serious matter and not something to be trivialized. And, to say that, well, teddy bears are for comfort and confidence. I mean, it amazes me. Our reserves are for confidence and the long-term security of our country and our children, and not to be treated in such a flippant, almost trivial manner. So these are points which we need to reiterate and to remind not only the opposition but also to remind the voters of Singapore that there are serious issues at stake. Anyone can come up with proposals on how to spend money, but proposals on how to generate returns on that money, proposals on how to ensure the long-term viability and security of our nation, these are far harder things to do. But these are things which the PAP has been doing for many, many decades, and we commit to continue to do so in a prudent and with a long-term horizon in mind. Can you say that?
在这里我想用华语补充几点，那就是我从媒体上得知陈如斯先生他现在在坚持说这个600亿这个数目是零头是小钱，那么我觉得这笔钱不管你怎么看怎么算都不可能是零头，都不可能是小钱。所以呢，我觉得陈先生第一次说这个话可能是一种轻率，第二次还这么说的话，我觉得是一种轻视，轻视了我们国家社会多年来所做出的辛勤的努力。那么陈先生他岁数比我大，他曾经也是公务员，所以我看待他就好像一个长辈，好像一个前辈一样。那么我是晚辈，我听到他这么说话，我个人觉得失望，我也为他觉得有点难过。所以我希望呢，陈先生他可以以身作则，拿出一个前辈的风范来。 不要这么轻率的说话，让我们用一种严肃、认真的态度来讨论国家、经济、社会、民生等课题。我觉得这样会比较有建设性。谢谢。